Welcome Homeworthy. My name is Ruth McKeaney and we're here again on Hillside Farm. I'm so excited for you to be here today. You've probably heard that statement, life is made up of the little moments. It's those moments with your friends and family. And today that's what we're going to get. We're inviting you in to spend some time with my family and a couple of close friends. So what we're going to do is make peanut butter Oreo pie and then one of our favorite family salads. Something we started during COVID was we got an outdoor pizza oven, so everyone's going to make their own pizzas. And we are going to go visit my dad in one of the cottages. It's a house we restored when we restored our home. Then we're gonna head to a pickleball challenge on our pickleball courts, and we're gonna end up in the evening around the fire pit. So come along, can't wait to have you join us. I'm Ruth McKeaney, and this year I'm inviting Homeworthy to join my family for all of our annual highlights at Hillside Farm, our 305-year-old farmhouse steeped in history and love. After decades of flipping houses, my husband Bob and I settled here where we raised our 5 children. And this year you'll join us for holiday gatherings and the upcoming wedding of our daughter, happening right here at Hillside, where we welcome your company as we share in the simple pleasures of life at home. I'll offer tips from my book, Hungry for Home, to help infuse your own home with moments of joy, filling home-cooked meals with flavor for the whole family, and of course decorating with amazing antique finds. So sit back and make yourself at home.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Okay. It's time and we get to start in the kitchen, which everyone knows is my very favorite place. And we're gonna get to start with one of my family's favorite recipes. It's called the Hillside Farm Peanut Butter Pie. And it's in the book, it's on page 250. You know, Bob and I were at a restaurant a few years ago and he had a dessert. It was a peanut butter Oreo pie. He loved it and he said, Ruth, can you recreate this? And I went home and did a whole bunch of different recipes, and we landed on this, and it's my family's favorite. So I'm so excited to share it with you, and I'm even more excited because one of my daughters is home, and she is going to help me do it. Avery, hey!
Hello.
So Avery is going to be doing the filling, which she'll be on this side, and I'm going to be doing the crust, and let's see how this goes. Avery is my daughter that's getting married in October. And so you're going to be hearing from us over the next few months on Wedding Wednesdays when we talk on my Instagram, when we talk about all her wedding plans. Avery's the one that just graduated from college a few weeks ago.
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
And she'll be living in outside of Chicago. And so I'm just happy to have her home and working with me on this. So how much do you love this pie?
Love this pie. This is by far our family's favorite dessert. One of our favorite desserts. Maybe
okay.
second to the vanilla bundt cake or
one of those. So, okay, so here we go. We have to do the crust first, which is the Oreo crust. Let me get all this out of the way. Do you mind opening the packages of Oreos? So, you're going to take about 27 Oreos. I have a few more here. We're just going to throw them in anyway. She's going to put them into the Cuisinart. I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees. And I have melted butter. Let's see.
It's right here.
Melted butter. 5 tablespoons of melted butter that we are going to be mixing up with the Oreos. We're then going to push them all, crush them down into a pie plate and bake that for a few minutes so that it gets nice and firm and ready for the interior of the pie. So butter and Oreos, I mean, it's pretty fabulous. Get this mixed up. I don't like to buy an Oreo crust at the store. I just think it's much better this way. Okay, so it's all been incorporated and combined, and I'm gonna dump this into the pie pan. You got it? Mm-hmm. Now, push it down as hard as possible and make an entire crust all the way up to the lip of the pan. You got it? Push down. It's going to seem like a lot. It's a thick pie. You got it? I'm going to do it. You got it. Thank you. But it's going to bake and harden. And if you don't like your crust as thick, just don't use as many Oreos. I happen to think anything
thicker
with Oreos
crust is better.
I know. I happen to think a thicker crust is better. All right. Let's put this in the oven. How long did we put this in? I'm trying to remember. How long does it say? Do I say 10 minutes at 325? So I think what makes the interior of this pie so good is cream cheese, anything with cream cheese. So why don't you take it away, Avery? Tell us what to do.
So first we're going to start with just one package of softened cream cheese. Then you're going to get a cup of creamy peanut butter. We use Jif, but you could honestly use whatever.
Just needs to be creamy.
Combine that with the cream cheese. And then you're going to add a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh.
You got it. You can eye it.
You're a pro at eyeing. I'm not.
Perfect.
And then do you want to add the powdered sugar and I'll start mixing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then we've got how much powdered sugar, sweetie? 1 1/4 cup?
Yes.
All right. Pour the 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. And you are going to want to use the mixer.
And lastly, you're going to add just 1 container of softened Cool Whip to this mixture, and then a second container will go at the top at the end.
And it's the 8 ounces of Cool Whip. I love the extra creamy Cool Whip, but we could only find 1 of each, so you can go with either one. Okay. And then next, you're going to use a hand mixer. What we're going to do is we're going to wait until the Oreo crust comes out of the oven. Then we're going to cool it for a little bit so that this doesn't all melt. And then this gets spooned into the crust, and we will end up topping it with the final container of Cool Whip. So while we wait for the last few minutes, you know, a lot of people have asked me, why did you write the book? And Avery can tell you, you know, my heart is for the family and for families, and I feel like we live in a pretty divided, everything's divided. Nations are divided, families are divided, and even though I'm not, you know, a chef or a license, you know, I'm not a decorator by trade, I do know how to use each one of those elements in the home to create a family that is strong. And so I think that's why I wrote the book. We put all of our family traditions over the course of a year throughout the book. And my heart is just to encourage families. And no matter what your family looks like, what nationality, what religion, everyone wants a strong home. So that's my heart. And as Avery gets ready to get married, and this is where I could probably cry, I know, our heart is that, excuse me, she is able to take what she has learned at our home and incorporate it into her home. So it's so fun to have her help make these recipes because it's going to become part of her life. So
It sure will.
I love you. All right, I think it's ready. It smells so good. All right. We're going to let it cool now for a little bit, and then we're going to load it up. What do you love about this dessert?
I like that it's cold, I guess. Yeah. I also just love peanut butter and Oreos.
So part of our episode today is going to be a big pickleball challenge. And especially over COVID, would you say it really started then? We had already had a basketball court that we had put in our backyard, or half court, and we made it into a pickleball court. And it's so fun because we have lights and we can play into the night.
We love playing pickleball.
We love playing pickleball. I think, you know, having 5 kids, and especially we had a cousin living with us during COVID, challenges, anything, competitions, games, it was going from the time we woke up in the morning when they would do all these workout challenges outside all through the day. And I think it's really important as families to have that. Here, why don't you use this? Or did I lick this? I might have licked that.
I can wash it.
Okay. So I think it's just important to have, who is your family? What kind of culture do you want to have? You know, right after Bob and I got married, someone really encouraged us to sit down and write down the things that we valued as a couple and we wanted to value as a family. Generosity is one, hard work is another, but playing hard together as a family is another. So I think that we've done that, and I'm telling you, they can turn anything into a challenge. I'll give you an example. During COVID,
it's kind of what you get when you have 4 girls.
4 girls and a boy. And then we had an older boy, cousins living with us during COVID. But I'll give you an example. You know, Tom Cruise has a very distinct run. And during COVID, we set up in the ruins, everyone wore capes. And one by one had to run through and jump through the stone window.
We did our own little Mission Impossible scene and tried to see who did the best replica of a Tom Cruise.
Yeah. And so it's things like that. They can turn anything into fun. So I can't wait to bring you out and show you a little pickleball action today. And maybe if we get time, we'll do a little axe throwing. Who knows? Okay, once this is done, we are now going to put this in the fridge. And when it's completely, when it is completely cold, sorry, I did not want you. It's not the coolest thing. When we get done, we're going to top it off with the rest of the Cool Whip. So. Okay, one of our very favorite salads, my cousin Lori over in Georgia introduced us to this recipe. And do you think every time we're there she makes it? Probably. Mm-hmm. It's everyone's favorite, and I think it's a great summer salad because it's strawberries and bacon and poppy seeds.
We requested her to give the recipe to my mom.
Yes, we did. And then I got permission to put it in this book. So it's in the book on page, can you read that? My eyes are going.
223.
223. And I think it's going to become a fast favorite of yours. We're going to have Audrey help us. Audrey is my number 4 daughter, and she just actually had her graduation party last night, and she's going off to college in the fall. I'm going to let you two tell us how to make the salad. Okay? What are you going to, she's going to explain, and you're
Okay, so first, we already chopped up the romaine. We like it very bite-sized, so nice and small. And then we're going to crumble about a 1/4 cup of bacon into it. So we already have cooked all the bacon. So Audrey's going to crumble that into the salad. And then we have about 1 pint of cut strawberries that we also already cut. So we'll just...
Are you sure it's a 1/4 cup of bacon?
That's what it says in here.
Huh.
We like
Do
a
I
lot of
always
bacon
add
in our
more
salad.
bacon?
I think so.
Do I always add more bacon?
Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to add about a 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds, which I'm just going to...
I really add a lot more bacon than most people.
And then the last thing that goes as a topping on the salad is a red onion. So we've already cut it up a little bit. It's about a 1/2 cup of chopped red onion, but I'm just going to break it up. Okay, and then the next thing we are going to do is the dressing for the salad, which is a poppy seed dressing, right? So we're going to mix it all in this mason jar, and the first thing we're going to add is a tablespoon of poppy seeds.
It's like the rest of this.
Yeah, just eye it.
And then 2 tablespoons of vinegar, which I can add. And then a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise.
Avery, do you think you'll do a lot of cooking when you get married?
I already cook a lot, and I know for sure I will cook a lot more once I'm married. I love cooking.
So does Audrey. I think Audrey loves everything very, very healthy. So there's a lot of smoothies and juices and avocado things done. Got that?
Yeah.
And then a 1/4 cup of milk, which is in here. And then lastly, a 1/4 cup of sugar. And then we'll stick the top on, shake that up.
want this mason jar top?
I think it's a little bent, but you can get it on. And this, I would not put it on the salad until you're ready to serve, because romaine lettuce tends to wilt pretty quick. But once this is on, put this in the fridge, keep it chilled, keep this chilled, and I'm telling you, it will become a family favorite. Okay, during COVID, one of the fun things we did, because we were doing so much cooking as a family, is we got an outdoor pizza oven. And it was so much fun, as every person could create what they loved. Are you laughing at me?
No.
What they love to do and create, and every kind of topping you can imagine. So very close friends of ours who are more considered family even than friends are coming over, because I would say he can do the quintessential pizza, and he is going to give us a little dough recipe, or how to make dough. But my girls are going to show you some of the toppings that we do. We're going to put them on a board. These are some figs. Figs are amazing with balsamic and goat cheese on your, and so we're going to slice those up. Audrey, if you'll go ahead and do some mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella is awesome. And tell us about the toppings that you choose.
So we get your classic. We love sausage and pepperoni, so we have some of that. We also love Mediterranean pizza, so if there are people who want that, we have some arugula and some feta cheese, onions, olives, even sausage to add to that, or prosciutto. And then if anyone is wanting more of a white pizza, we call it, we have pesto and some ricotta cheese, mozzarella.
My favorite pizza, I would say, is fig. Fresh fig, maybe a little bit of fig jam, some goat, a little drizzle of balsamic. I think that's one of my favorite. Oh, the other thing that's coming that I ran out of that they're going to bring is some hot honey. I love hot honey on anything. So drizzle hot honey on some pizza and you have a winner. Mm-hmm. They are so good at this. So when he's here, he'll be able to give us some other ideas. But it's so fun because you can even have, and I think is what we're going to do today, is we're going to make a series of different ones and everyone's going to vote on which topping was their favorite. So, but sometimes people just might want to do their own individual pizzas. We've even done adult parties where literally the pizzas are being made constantly through the evening and everyone just takes a slice of any kind that they wanted as like a running thing of appetizers. So there's so many fun ways of doing make your own pizzas. All right, you got that. We have the sauce coming later as well.
Do you want to?
Got that?
I'll cut the.
Oh, we've got some fresh burrata. Do you have that? Over here. Fresh burrata for doing a really, really good margarita pizza. I think one of the fun things about doing a meal like this is, particularly if you have people to help you prepare, like I have the kids here, or you can have friends, is you're all doing it together. So you're all in the kitchen, you're all talking, hearing about each other's day, planning, are we doing a game night with this? What's it going to be? We've done this with pizzas. You could do it on a dessert board. You can do it ice cream sundaes, every kind of topping you can imagine. There's all sorts of ways to incorporate everybody that lives in your house in the process. And I think that that's what makes this such a special, fun thing. It's not me slaving away in the kitchen going, okay, they're going to want sausage, they're going to want pepperoni. No, it's everybody getting to get involved. So what do you need? Oh yeah, slice up some of those.
Do you want me to put this in a bowl or leave it?
I would love that. Would you put that in there? Thank
Or do you want the regular?
Actually, you're right. So.
How do you want me? Do you want to just cut these?
Thin, okay. So these are the figs, and I love fresh figs. I mean, you can do fig jam. There's something about figs. There's a sweetness to them. And they're so pretty on the pizza. And of course, I don't know if you've ever had cheese and crackers where you had a log of goat cheese with some fig on top. Something about fig, it's just so good. You can also end this with a dessert pizza. My son's very favorite, what is that stuff he likes?
Nutella.
Nutella, I'm telling you, every time.
Zach likes Nutella.
Oh, does he like Nutella? Zach is her fiance.
Like is.
Yeah. And Anders is my 15-year-old son. Anytime we go anywhere that has Nutella, He has to have Nutella, but you can make a pizza with Nutella. So there's all sorts of ideas you can come up. Make up your own. That's the very fun thing. My sister actually brought over a book last night of all these possible options for pizza toppings. So make it your own. Be creative. All right. That looks awesome. I'm going to get a spoon for that. Oh, we're doing buffalo chicken. They're going to bring some barbecue sauce and some chicken, and we have the purple onion already.
So barbecue chicken?
Oh, buffalo chicken. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we have hot sauce.
You can do the exact same thing.
Are you being sassy? Yes, that was my mistake.
I was like, wait.
No. Okay, pizza stuff is ready. We're waiting on our friends to come over and bring their pizza oven, because now we'll have 2 going tonight. But in the meantime, a lot of people have asked if they could see into my dad's cottage, which is on our property. We redid that cottage at the same time we redid this house, and I think he's cleaned it up so we can take a look. So let's go on over. Okay, it's a rainy day. Okay, the purple allium that I told you about have popped. I just want to show you. So many people have asked if they could see into my father's cottage. Let's walk this way. And it's right over here on the property. We have 2 cottages, and one, we have a gentleman living there who's a friend, and my sister Natasha, I'm the oldest of 6. She and my dad live in the one on the right-hand side, and we redid both houses when we moved in. I think he's actually standing outside waiting for us right now. Hi, Dad! One of my favorite things with having my dad living across the property is when the kids were young, they used to literally run over. He had put bunk beds on his 2nd floor, and they would run over and do movie night and sleepovers with their grandfather. So it's been a huge blessing, particularly since my mom died so young. It is a great day. Hi, Dad. It looks beautiful. It's so cheerful.
Wonderful.
Let me give you a hug.
I would offer you a glass of bourbon.
I love you. Okay. So when we bought the property, it came with the 2 guest cottages, but they were in the worst shape. And you walked into this house and you literally walked into a wall. This was not open. And the first thing we did was take a sledgehammer to that wall and open it up, just so there was a sense of openness. So come on in. When you come to the left after you walk into the house, there's this really great study that we put together with my dad. And it's where he gets to do a lot of his reading and studying. He was a lawyer as well, so you just have, the same law things that I've got. All right, going this side of the house is the sweetest living room. I love this. And my father and my mom lived for years out in Park City. So there is a love for the mountains and Moab and Zion. So we tried to bring a lot of those elements into his house. But the kitchen obviously is my favorite place. So because we had done my kitchen white, I wanted to do something very different and make it feel more cottagey. And we went with the green cupboards. We found this at a local flea market. We got the table and chairs at another flea market, and my brother did a painting that we hang here. I love oversized paintings, as I've said before. My dad has corrected me. My brother was 14. It's actually of Schindler, and it's a charcoal, not a painting. So that's what's hanging here. Okay, I'm so happy I got to show you my dad's place. It really is one of my very favorite places. And to have my dad so close with all my kids has just been, well, it's kind of a dream come true. But now it's time to finish the pie. Here we have the peanut butter pie, and I'm going to say it again. If you like Oreos or peanut butter or cream cheese or the combination thereof, you are going to love this pie. So you take 1 more 8-ounce thing of Cool Whip, and you spread it all over the top. I like to do one final thing at Trader Joe's. No, I'm not getting paid by Trader Joe's, but they have these big bars of chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. They're just great for anything. And I take a planer, which I love. You can do lemon zest with these, whatever you want. But for this, I take a planer and I grate chocolate all over. It just makes it pretty on top, and it's so easy to do. You can also take something that does, a slightly bigger shavings on top. Either way, just makes it really pretty. What you can do if you want slightly larger things of chocolate is take a peeler and just peel chocolate on the top. And it makes little curls. Again, just one more option of making whatever you're doing a little more special on the top. So this is when it pays to have all your kids home that can help you clean up after you cook for everybody. I think my friends are here. They're coming over to help us make pizza. Hi, come in. Oh, look at that. I love you. Mwah. Come in.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Mwah. Come in.
What's up?
Where would you like us to put it?
On the table for right now.
Look at this. This looks great.
Do you think we've been doing a little work? I know, it's raining. So these are my dear friends, Amy and Drew, and he is the pizza master. Did you make all this dough?
We did. This time we made the dough.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's what we got. We got fig, sausage,
Wow.
pepperoni, goat, mozzarella, burrata, olives, fig jam, arugula and spinach. But we've got the hot honey, I think you're bringing
Hot honey's
in,
coming.
the
This looks
sauce.
amazing. Yeah.
So we're going to have lots of
Okay,
options. But I
perfect.
want you to come over here and tell us how you did the dough.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I have to tell you, Drew, when did you start this? Making pizzas. I don't
Well-
mean these particular ones.
We started making pizza during the pandemic. It was actually a great way to have people come over. You want people outside, and we always thought it was great that you could come together around food.
Yeah.
So the pizza oven was born at our house.
Well, I think you told how many of us about that pizza oven, and every one of us bought it.
Well, yeah,
I think you should have
think
stock
I
in
may
it,
have-
actually.
I maybe sold 10 to 15 pizza ovens.
But I love it because he and Amy just have this way of bringing, like I said earlier, everyone together, and you're just constantly, pizzas all through the night are coming out, every kind you can imagine, and it's so much fun. But you now have perfected a dough. Why
Yeah.
is this dough different?
Well, I don't know if I've perfected it,
Okay,
but here's
it
what
is
I
pretty
like
close.
about the
Okay.
dough. So it takes 3 days.
Okay.
So you start the dough, and what you do is once, it's kind of the basic ingredients in dough, but you put it in the refrigerator for a little bit.
Okay.
So the refrigerator slows down the rise, and that makes the flavor better. So once you have it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, you pull it out, you mix in the salt, and the salt slows down the rise even more because it
Okay.
interacts with the yeast. Then you put it back in the refrigerator overnight. And so this morning when we were getting ready to come over, we pulled it out. And what you want is each ball of dough to almost double in size.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we have here.
Oh my goodness, it smells so good. We used to talk about what kind of company we were going to do with my Ruth's Barely Baked cookies, and what was these called?
Dough to dough.
Dough to dough.
But we were going to
Okay.
add her cookies, and it was going to be dough to dough and a whole lot
And
more.
a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe someday we'll come up with that.
No.
But now what? Now you've got each of these. Is each one of these an individual pizza?
Yeah, this will be. This
Okay,
will
this
be.
will be.
It will end up being about a 8 to 10 inch pizza once you work it out.
Okay.
These are pretty fluffy, so we'll flatten it out, and it'll be.
And you and Bob are going to show us how to do that. One of the things I love is if you don't have time to do the 3-day process, because I don't think you always did a 3-day
We don't always
process,
do the 3-day
is you can
process.
even go to your local grocery
Yeah.
store. They've got dough. I mean, I think even Trader Joe's already has
Yeah.
dough. Here's another tip that I don't think a lot of people know. If you go into your favorite pizza place, they will often sell you their dough already made. But this is so fabulous. I just have Drew and Amy come over whenever we want to do this. So let's get
Awesome.
Bob in here, and you're going to kind of walk us through how to start.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay, it is time. We are going to, Drew's going to tell you how to do the pizzas. But I wanted to show everyone this belt I just had made for Father's Day. We gave it to him earlier than Father's Day because we had a wedding to go to. But it's a life belt, so it has Hungry for Home, Paddle, Mountains because we love mountains, Virginia Tech, Eagles, our wedding date, skiing, A to the 5th because all of our kids start with A, golf, hammer, and wrench because that's what we do, the flag, and your initials. I love it.
And I'm really good at spinning.
Okay, let's get Drew in here. Okay, since we're not that great, we want you to explain to Bob and how you explain Bob.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
All right. Absolutely. All right. So, Bob, the first thing you're going to want to do is grab some flour, put it out on the surface, just create a light dusting. Perfect. Spread it around a little bit. Grab a ball of dough. And what we're going to do is we're just going to work the air out of it. Anytime there's an air pocket in there, You want it to pop, yeah, exactly, because otherwise those bubbles rise and change the way the pizza cooks. So just keep pushing it out, slowly work it out in a circle. Yeah, perfect.
A lot of air.
A lot of air. Perfect. You keep working it till it's thin. Yes, it's all as thick as you want it to be. Yeah, what you want to do is actually have a little bit, when you hold it up, to be able to see a little light come through. So just keep rotating it as you push it around.
Should I throw it in the air? No.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So now what we want to do is we want to take one of the pizza peels, put just a little bit of flour on it, and rub it in just nice and light. Yeah, that's perfect. And so you move it to the pizza peel. And one of the key things is you're going to have to launch the pizza eventually. So you have to make sure that the pizza can move. So one tendency is to put it on and let it sit, and you overload it. And when you overload it and you go put it in the oven, it doesn't come off. So you don't want to overload it, and you want to make sure it moves. So why don't you go ahead and put some tomato sauce on.
What do you recommend?
I would go one more and then start spreading it around. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
You're a good teacher.
You're a good student. So I push it out to the edges a little bit. That's about right. And as we go to think about what our rest of the ingredients are, you want to keep moving it around. So if the dough starts to get warm, it starts to stick to the pizza peel.
So Drew, what are some of your favorite combinations when it comes to making pizza?
So my absolute favorite is to work hot honey into anything. So this hot honey is the best. If you're a pizza geek, Mike's hot honey is what you look for, but any hot honey will do. So what I would do is I'd go ahead and put pepperoni on it, and I'd put goat cheese. And then we'll throw it in the oven, we'll cook it, and when it comes out, we'll finish it with hot honey.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Goat cheese is actually delicious, so you eat a little as you go. Perfect. Can you keep throwing wood chips in the back?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, you're a pizza master. You know.
Oh no, that's just Alex told me to say that.
Your kids have been trained well. They know. Okay. So.
More?
I would do a little more.
Okay.
I would do a little more.
You can't always take it off, but you can always put more
that's
on.
Right. That's right. Well, my wife is a vegetarian, so we always like to think about what she likes. So we do pesto, spinach, and fresh mozzarella. That would be probably pizza number 2 at our house.
By the way, don't forget to make sure. See what happens here. Oh, there you go.
Got it. Got it. Let's go.
Ready to launch.
All right, so we probably have the pizza oven running at about 800 degrees. This will actually get up to about 1,000 degrees. And what you want to see is pretty clear smoke coming out. And when it's clear smoke, you know it's ready to go in. So you open that up and give it a little push on in. And what we're going to do is in about a minute, we're going to open it up again. We're going to turn it once. And about 3 minutes in, pizza's ready.
That's just fabulous.
And what we want is you generally want it to look like it's spotted, right? Around the crust and then on the bottom too. You want spotted dough. Well, why don't we go ahead and pull it out, Bob? I think people are hungry.
Tell your incredible wisdom around here.
Exactly. And look, it's perfect.
Look at
Perfect. Yeah, you're exactly right. We'll take it inside. We'll finish it with hot honey, and we'll chop it up, and people will eat.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we let it sit for about a minute, just let it cool down. Then you take the hot honey and we just start by going around the outside and working our way in. It's very hot. It's also very sweet, so you don't need a lot of it. Now you're ready to cut. Good work, Bob.
Good work.
That was awesome.
Ooh.
That was so good. The hot honey. The hot honey does it.
Now, what's the next one?
Next one really is up to you guys, but maybe what we do is the spinach, feta, and
we have olives, red onion, pesto. We have whatever you want.
maybe pesto, spinach, feta, red onion.
Perfect.
Sound good?
All right.
All right. Oh, did you just do it spinny?
No, I don't spin. And I was watching the guy today. He doesn't spin either.
Oh, were you getting a
And he
refresher
was
course?
It
Go online
it was
today, a
this-
little refresher?
It was this guy at Radnor Hunt who had a tow in your own wood-fired pizza oven. It was that big, and he did not.
Oh, did you go over there today?
Yeah.
There's a right here.
Oh, wait.
Perfect.
Look at that. It launched.
There you go. Now you got it.
All right.
Yep, you got it.
So who wants to make one? Since Anders is making one, I don't think it's going to be a pesto. I think it's going to be a meat lovers.
The sauce is over here, hon.
Oh, come put a sauce on, sir. Do you want to put sauce on for you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do pesto? Is that what you want? Okay.
Look at that.
When we bought this property, we have a gravel driveway that is pretty long. So we had 5 little children and no places for them to ride bikes or do anything that was safe because we were too far from the street. So Bob and I poured a concrete, well, it was a half basketball court. And actually, I'll show you in the 4 corners, my great-grandfather had those blessed plaques, and we put them down in the cement as they were laying it, so the 4 corners stay blessed. But right before COVID, we turned it into a pickleball court because our family loves pickleball. So we have challenges all the time. I mean, we wanted our house to be where all the kids wanted to come. So Bob put in a zip line, we put in golf carts, we had a tether ball. I mean, we've done everything we can to make it as fun for kids as possible. So let's see, this is a challenge that goes on all the time at our house. Now the best part, s'mores to end the day, s'mores with Reese's cups and chocolate. Come join us.
watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.